Hi, it's Paul Teague from fastfanpages.com. I'm going to show you right now a really cool way of making iframe pages that means that it's not a problem if you can't do FTP or HTML. This is really simple because it doesn't use either of those things. It will allow you to use the free templates that I give you on my fan page, but also it's so easy it will allow you to make your own iframe pages. You're going to love this technique. Let me show you how you do it. So we're going to a site called 110megabit.com. This is a site I've used for a long time for coaching, and the reason I love it is because it doesn't have any ads. It's genuinely free all the time. I've got loads of accounts on this that I've used over the years. You don't need FTP at all and no HTML. It allows you to create web pages straight away just using what you see is what you get view and interface. So let me show you how this works. It's really fast and it's really easy. Now, like anything, they're trying to get you to do the paid hosting, but you don't need to worry about that. Just ignore that and scroll down to the bottom left for the free web hosting. Now, we need to create a username, so we'll call this FastFan Pages PT2. We'll create a password, and basically what I'm going to do now is just fill in my personal information. That's all my personal details filled in. I didn't want you to have to sit through that. So all we've got to do now is just tick these two boxes. If you haven't read the terms and conditions, you should just flick through those and just make sure you're happy with them. There's nothing horrible in there. And then we'll create our account. Oh, I've got to get the passwords right, so just bear with me a minute. So let's create the account. And it's asked us for email verification. So I'm going to have to open up my Gmail here. And there should be, hopefully, an email from 110megabit.com. There it is. Let's go into that. And we've got to verify our email. Just click on the link. And when we've done that, we'll be able to get into our account. Now, there's loads and loads of stuff on 110megabit.com. In fact, I remember using this. I can't remember how many years ago it was I started using this, but it was not as good then as it is now. And they offer loads of free stuff. It's fantastic. They used to charge for it, but a lot of it's free. And basically what this does is it gives you instantly your own web address and domain name. So if I click on that now, you will see that we have our own website. Now, it hasn't got a very cool domain name, but it doesn't matter for iframes because no one's ever going to see that bit. So that's what our new account looks like. And that's fine, we could just leave that there. There's loads of stuff here. I do encourage you to explore and have a look around, but at the moment all we're going to do is head for the file manager just here. And you'll see that we've got an index.html file. That's actually just they've made that for you. That's that page, the front page of the website. And we'll leave that there. That's fine, just don't delete that, just leave that there. And what we're going to do is just create a new file, which I will call my test.html. There we go. So mytest.html, and then we'll click on create. And what that's going to do for us is it's going to create for us, here it comes, a what you see is what you get work area. Let me show you how quick this is. So, hi, I'm Paul. This is just a message that I'm going to put in here. Let's put a Times New Roman. It's already got that. Let's put something different on. There we go. Hi, I'm Paul. Let's put a very large font and let's colour that, and we'll centre it. And then all we do is save it. And as you'll see, it's created that file, mytest.html. Now, if we click on that file, we now have a web page. We have made a web page with no FTP and no HTML. How cool is that? Now, I'm going to turn that very quickly into an iframe, and then we're going to make a cooler iframe. So, this is what I'm going to turn into an iframe. This is my URL that I've just created literally in the last few minutes. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to create an iframe to add to a page. So, I go to my quick links that I use just here. I'm going to click on create an app. Where's my link? And if you remember, when we create iframes, if this is new to you, you need to go back and look at my previous videos. when we create iframes, we take the main domain name, which is everything to the .com, and then we take the /. That's what we take. So highlight it, right click and copy, go in there and I put it in the wrong section, paste, and then we'll call this 110 megabit test. Create the app. Oh, here we go, we've got more of this capture to go through. I think spammers have got a lot to answer for, haven't they? SCI and NTOUIL. I think we're through. Go through the spam capture or the security check. Let's give Facebook a minute or two to think about that, and we're in. So again, as you've seen me do in previous videos, we ignore all of that and go straight for the developer dashboard. And what I'm not going to do, again, I've showed this in previous videos, I'm not going to put the icons on, I'm just going to do absolutely the bare minimum that I need to do here to create this iframe. So we'll go straight for edit settings. So I'm not going to do any of the icons or anything like that. I've done all that in a previous video. You need to watch the first video I did on creating iframes to see me do all of that. Instead, we'll go straight for Facebook integration, and in the canvas URL we right click and paste our link, our domain link with the /. We're working in iframes, we need to check that. We need to auto resize, and then we need to put the rest of the URL link, which is that bit, the mytest.htm. We need to highlight it and copy it, and then we need to come back here and paste it. And then we save changes, and we've created our iframe. Now that's the bare minimum I need to do to create an iframe, and I've done none of the fancy bits that I showed you in the original iframes video that I made. We now go to application profile page, and we're going to add this to one of our Facebook pages. So let's click on add to my page, and we will add it to, which one should we add it to? We'll add it to web work at home. So add to page. We've done that. Let's now open up web work at home. I'm just going to close a few of these windows down because we're getting a bit crowded in my work area here. So let's close that one down, and let's open up web work at home so we can take a look at that. Here's the web work at home page, and my new menu item is down the bottom here, 110 megabit test. And as you will see, that's pulled in our page from 110 megabit. Now how cool is that as a technique? We've had to do no FTP, we've had to do no HTML, it's taken us 2 or 3 minutes to set up an account, and we can write anything we want in this account now. I mean, let me just show you how quick and instantaneous this is going to be. So to edit this file, we move along here to the edit button, and I can just add anything I want here. So let me just make a few quick changes, and we'll do a proper iframe page in a moment or two. Can we add a smiley? So let me add a smiley. Nah, it's running. Oh yes, here it comes. We just save that, and if we refresh our iframe page, you always have to refresh it so it shows the changes. It brings it straight in. It'll bring it straight in. Amazing. We've done that in minutes. How powerful is that as a technique? So if you thought you couldn't do iframes, you can using this technique. So let's do something a little bit more adventurous with that iframe, because clearly we don't want to leave that on our page. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to one of the ready-made templates that I give you on my Fast Fan Pages fan page on Facebook. So I've given you in total, depending on whether you opt into my subscriber list and whether you've gone through the whole process there, you can get up to 27 free ready-made templates, and these have all been adapted for iframes. So let's take one of these templates. So this is one of the free offer ebooks I've done. This is just one of the first bits of code that you get. So I just take that, highlight the text, right click and copy it, and let's go back to 110megabit.com. Where am I? That one. And let's erase what we've got there, and just slightly differently this time we now have to, because I'm using HTML, you see that's all code there. If I were to just put code there, let me just show you what would happen if I did that. If I put code there and saved it, let me show you what that iframe is going to look like. It's going to look horrible. Let me just refresh that now. There, we've made a mess. We've put that in the wrong section. When you use code here, you have to click on that source button there in the top left. So let's erase all of that because that's all gobbledygook, and that's so we've now got a blank area. What you'll find is it will put some automatic code in there. It's just a little quirk of the system. If we delete that, right click and paste our code, then when I toggle to the what you see is what you get view, you can see that we've got our template there. If I save that now, all these images, all the cool stuff about this is that I've hosted everything on my website for you, so you don't have to worry about images and links and all that stuff. So let's just save that. We've saved the file. Let's go back to WebWork at home, refresh it, and it will show those changes now, and we're going to have a fantastic iframe panel. Look at that. How easy is that? So we've got two things doing the heavy lifting for you here. 110megabit.com does all the hosting, the FTP and the HTML. It takes care of all of that for you. And then because I've done the templates for you and I've taken care of the images and everything, they're all hosted on my servers. I've done all the links, I've done all the techie stuff for you. That's instantly giving you this fantastic panel. You could instantly offer people a free gift and drive traffic to your fan page. If I click on there, you see I've taken care of that. That's all hosted on my site. It takes you to the downloads page. And there's a little promo for fast fan pages there. If you click on that, all of that's taken care of. It all goes to external sites, but you just get this free panel that looks fantastic on your fan page. If you want to change any of the text there and customize it, you can do that. So if you want to change the text, just do that. If you want to change it for your kind of wording, and this will take action instantaneously. So help yourself, click here. If we save that now, all of these changes, no coding for you at all now because I've done all the basic work for you. Those changes now, if you refresh, will be taken care of on the live site. So wait for that to refresh, and there are your changes. So you've literally got a work palette that you can change and test as you go along. Now that's an incredibly powerful technique, and as far as I know, nobody's teaching this at the moment. Most people will tell you that you've got to learn a bit of HTML or get a coder. You don't need to do those things. Just use 110 megabit for free, keep the account, and just use that account for all of your iframes. Just put all of your iframes in one account. Let me just go back and show you here. Just create loads of pages for your iframes and just create a separate iframe, as you've just seen me do, for every single one. And you can make iframes till you're sick of them, and you can make them for multiple niches, you can make them for multiple fan pages. You can make as many as you want. Just use a combination of the Facebook app system for each iframe and just create a new page at 110megabit.com for every single new iframe, and it's all taken care of. No hosting to pay for, no FTP, and no HTML.